Hey, Professor Matthews, Emad, doing my video part of my final project for the prototype for the Game 101. I took all the feedback that I received from you on my midterm and also some of the feedback that I received from my classmates and made the necessary changes for the game. And I'm just going to go through the PowerPoint real quick to show you the changes and the elements that I've added to the game. I'm going to have the link to the video on here as well once I'm done with it. Some of the changes that I've made based on the feedback that I received were I expanded my board because the previous board was a little small, so I made it 100 boxes compared to the 35 in the previous one. Added some more traps through the color boxes on the board, and then addition of the royal card elements, as you will see once we start playing the game. Players can move vertically and horizontally, which is also a huge difference from the previous straight, one path up the ladder to get to the finish line. Some of the analysis for my game is that target is mainly like people that love playing cards because it is based heavily on a card game. Traditional card games, only have little bit of competition and just involves the cards, but my game and also has a board involved with it, so it's a little more challenging and requires a little more skill to be able to play this game and succeed in it. The board's design is simple. It's 100 boxes, and then first player to the finish box wins. It can be played, 2 to 4 players. Each player will pull 3 cards from the deck to start. Once the card one at a time to replenish. You have to replenish the card. So once you use one of your cards, you'd have to grab another card from the deck. The numbers indicate how far you can go, and then the obstacles can either slow down, make you lose a turn, or send you back to the beginning of the board. So the dynamics are listed on here as well. I'm not going to go through each slide. I'm just kind of showing some of the stuff on here. The cards are expanded also to 36 before compared to the previous 24, and then the 6 of the royal cards are involved in this game as well. Some of the main element of skill here is the royal cards, where you have the king, queen, and jack. And just have to know when to use them on the board. Obviously, if you only have the royal cards in your hands, that's all you can play. But there are certain times you can keep your card and then kind of use it down the road. Some of the basic instructions for playing the game is you pick a card out of the deck. This is to decide who gets to go first, so the higher number will go first. Then you reset the deck, so you put the card back and kind of shuffle the cards, and then you give the player that had the higher number 3 cards, and you also both players get 3 cards, and based on the numbers that you draw, so 3 cards in your hand, you can play a card, and whatever number you play, you get to move that many boxes horizontally or vertically, and then you can, once you play your card, you are allowed to take another card from the deck. Then the opponent plays, and then same thing back and keep going until the game, one person gets to the finish line and wins. The royal card, this is what I was mentioning before. So the king, if you have a royal card and it's a king, you can use that at any time, but you can send your opponent back to the beginning from wherever they are. If you have a queen, you can make your opponent lose their turn, so meaning you just get 2 turns. And then jack, you can make the opponent go back 6 boxes in the same direction they came in. And that's pretty much it for the royal cards. And then, like I said, first player to the top gets to win the game. So now we're gonna play. As you can see on our deck, or I apologize, on our board, we have the board, and I have the deck of cards here. I have the 2 players listed on the starting point, and then we have the finish right at the top here. And I will have my other player pick a card from the deck, and see what number they receive. And then I will also pick one, and we'll see who has the higher number. So I got a 2, and she got a 5. So we're gonna put the cards back and kind of shuffle them, and let's pass out 3 cards. 3 cards to the player, 3 cards to myself, and they get to go first. They get to go first, so they will play their card and make their move. So they have a 4, so they can go 4 spots either horizontally or vertically. And now this card goes into this deck here, and might have not mentioned it, but basically, obviously, if we're not able to get to the finish line, and the whole deck gets used, then we can reuse the deck. Now I am going to play my card, and I shall play. So so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that back down, and player will grab another card at this time, and I can grab my card as well, because we have to have 3 cards at all times. So the player will play their card, so they're going to move 3 spots, whichever direction they'd like into. Yep. So now, and throughout the whole game, opponents they don't get to see each other's cards, so I will play my next move. My next move is going to be, so my player has to go back 6 boxes in the direction they came in. I'm going to pull another card for myself, and it's going to be my opposition's turn, so they're going to play their card. So they have 6, so I guess they get to go back to their spot. Oh, they made a mistake, so they're going to go back to the beginning. They landed. Okay, so it is going to be my turn. So we're going to put this card on this deck. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to grab another card. Their turn. So they got a 1, so they can move 1 box. Now I will play my move, so it's going to be 4. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn that. I'll get another card. They got a 2. And I will play mine. So go 1. Their turn. They have a 5, so they can move 5 spots. Now, their card, so they can pull another one. So I will play lose their turn, and I will put another card. Okay, so I'm going to go back 6 spots for the player, so they're going to have to go back 6. Ooh, and they landed, yep, so they're going to have to go back to the beginning and grab another card, and it's their turn now. They have the 5, so back to the beginning. Pull another card. Okay. So they got a real good card because they just played their best card right now. So we are both back to the beginning. So it is my turn. I'm going to play that. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Pull another one. They're going to pull another one. he got a 6, so I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And back to the beginning. And then let me, okay, opposition's turn. They're gonna make me go 6 spots back, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do that, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Their turn. Play my card. It's gonna be 1, 2. Yep, so I don't get to go. They can grab another card and play another turn. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's their turn. So I don't get to go. We're gonna put that card and we're gonna do a little reshuffle. Okay, so they get to go again because I lost the turn. Go ahead. Okay, so I would hate to do this to them, but I do have another card, so they're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, and I will pull a card, and it is their turn now. Well, look at that, we are back at the beginning. Interesting. That. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And back to the beginning. Their turn. Yep. Okay, so do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, their turn. Use that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're coming to an end because I got a 3, and that is 1, 2, and 3. So that is pretty much the end of our game, and we are good to go. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I was able to make enough changes to make it a little more fun and more skill-based and strategic. But yeah, Sweets Boss is a game that I was able to redesign, and based on the feedback, was able to make it a little more successful than the midterm that I had.